Now, Mr. Van Tatenhove was asked of what he thought of the Oathkeepers. And as somebody who was part of the Oathkeepers, he said they may not like to call themselves a militia, but they are. They are a violent militia, and they are largely Stewart Rhodes, Elmer Stewart Rhodes. He said the best illustration for what the Oathkeepers are was January 6th, the stacked military formation on the steps of the Capitol. The organization drifted into racist, white nationalist, and very alt-right. Is a very dangerous organization, and Americans should be concerned about it. Because the vision of the Oathkeepers was January 6th. It does not include a rule of law. It includes violence to get their way through lies and deceit and intimidation and violence. Swaying of people who do not know better through lies and rhetoric. And Mr. Van Tatenhove testified that he got swept up at one point too, and this swept up at one point too excuse, defense, has come up countless times in plea deals and cases all throughout these Januaries. Should have known better, got caught up in the moment. I mean, lack of education is what it is. Swaying of people who do not know better through lies and rhetoric. I mean, that's what the Oathkeepers are to Mr. Van Tatenhove, who was part of it. He said that the straw that broke the camel's back for him was in Eureka, Montana, where he overheard Oathkeepers talking about how the Holocaust wasn't real. And that was the last straw for him. He also testified that Stewart Rhodes wanted to be a paramilitary leader. He is a militia leader. He wanted that he had that grand vision of being a paramilitary leader. Mr. Stewart Rhodes wanted at one point to have Mr. Van Tatenhove, in his graphic designer capacity, make a deck of cards for the Oathkeepers akin to the hit list deck of cards that our military used for Al-Qaeda and other terrorists. And that deck of cards, he wanted Hillary Clinton included at the very top as the Queen of Hearts. This is testimony under oath, under penalty of perjury, which is a 5-year offense. So when Mr. Van Tatenhove was asked why Stewart Rhodes was interested in the Insurrection Act, he had testified that it gave Mr. Rhodes the sense of legitimacy to move forward with his agenda. He wanted an armed revolution, the gallows, and then he refers to the police officers who died. And he says that January 6th could have been a spark that could have started a second civil war. Now, he testified that the potential for life was so much more. And he fears about the next election cycle, which is 2022, by the way. Neither one of them said the next presidential election cycle. The next election cycle, which is 2022.